Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Middara. Definitely liking these new little builds. They're definitely, I mean, there's always flaws, and there's not much you can do about attack rolls that you constantly miss. But overall, definitely have no complaints. I mean, the only complaint is the fact that we're still low level and just have only one ability. And most of those abilities are just like a stepping stone to get to their actual stuff they want. But we'll see how it goes. All that's been refreshed. Again, I did. Also, we've been doing so well, I haven't even needed to use Nightingale's Ambitious, really. So that's pretty crazy. I keep forgetting to use it because we're actually doing so well. Alright, so we do have some wounds on us, that's fine. We have 3 heal tokens. We're in pretty good shape for this. Still kind of tutorial at this point, just testing out the new build that we have, essentially. So we'll put one here. Remy, Nightingale, and Rook. Also not sure where that blue exit came from, but it can go back into the trash. Alright, and then we need to get a Cave Sickle 1 through 3, and a Earth Loa. This will be our first time fighting an Earth Loa, I believe. There it is. Alright, and then let's go ahead and get our Intelligent Monster. Cave Sickles 1 through 3. Ooh, real quick, let's go ahead and shift this up 1. This sliding thing is actually really useful because there's situations where you have to add to the tiles, so if you happen to be set up in the wrong way, it could just be really annoying. Where is my Earth Loa? There you are. Alright, so we have an Earth Loa and a bunch of Cave Sickles. Oh, actually, we have 4 Cave Sickles. We need another one. We need Cave Sickles 4 through 6. There we go. There we go. Alright. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll remove the haste again, because we don't have it right now. Alright, we'll go over the Earth Loa in just a moment. Alright, Earth Loa. So this is the thing that Rook tackled. So first things first, it has hulking, which hulking means it can't be pushed, literally. Figures with this tag cannot be moved by opposing abilities or currents for any reason. But it only says opposing abilities or currents, not opposing rooks. Because apparently in the story he was able to tackle this thing. And it has 20 health, 8 defense, 4 movement, and 5 armor. 5 armor is what makes this thing possibly untouchable for certain builds. He also rolls 2 teal dice. All shields give +1 physical. All stars give +1 physical, and it has whites for conviction. So not very strong against magic. And is there another ally with an SOI without barrier? Another ally with an SOI gains barrier. So what barrier does is it gives +1 armor. But it can't apply it to itself. That's the good news. Is there more than one opponent adjacent? All adjacent opponents are dealt 2 magic damage and pushed 3, force 11. Continue down. Anytime it says continue down, you keep going instead of stopping like the other times. Can it move and attack an opponent within reach 2? It will move, go to reach 2, attack, and if it hits, it will have a follow-up of push 2 and inflict paralyze. All these are force 11, which are really hard to resist. Most of our dice only go up to 7. Our dice only go up to 7 right now with purple and whites, and so the highest we can possibly get on a conviction roll is 14. So yeah, it's really hard to resist these. Paralyze is literally what it sounds like. You literally can't do anything. You may not take actions or use abilities. Discard at the end of turn to gain immunity. The immunity lasts the entire encounter, so Paralyze is literally a one-time CC for an encounter. Still useful, because anything that stops someone from attacking is always good. Alright, so with all that said and done, I think everything's been reset. I flipped over all the stuff that needs to be flipped over, and we got that going for us. Alright, I also have yet to use my Animism flip. For this fight, I probably don't even need it, so because it's not going to do much on an Earth Loa, and Cave Sickles are Cave Sickles. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and reset the track and get started. Earth Loa goes first, so we'll go ahead and go through the steps. There's no ally within SOI yet. It's hard to tell where the center is for this thing. No, because it clips the nose. Alright. Continue down. Well, is there more than one opponent adjacent? No. Can it move and reach 2? No, it moves 4. And then otherwise move towards the nearest opponent. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it for the Earth Loa. Cave Sickles 1 through 3 will go next. Red's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or sorry, it'll stop here and attack. Nearest opponent is Remy and Rook. It'll target Remy because she's higher on the initiative. It's everyone's stamina's been reset. I'm gonna go ahead and use my defensive core to dodge. I rolled books, so it did 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good news is there's only one Cave Sickle nearby, so it's just gonna be an orange and a white. 11 in total, so it's going to do 1 damage base plus 2 because of the shields. She has 2 armor, so she's going to take 1 damage. Alright, and then it goes to purple. Purple is going to move up and attack. It's going to attack Remy. It's going to be -1 because it's going to be shooting through hindering terrain. She'll go ahead and spend a stamina to dodge, just in case. 1 shield, so she has 11 defense now. -1 to this, so it goes 12 to 11, which still hits, unfortunately. The 2 shields will get 2 damage, and her armor will absorb it. And then the last one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have to do a jump to reach. Roll the die. Alright, makes the jump. And it's going to go ahead and shoot at Remy. Remy will go ahead and dodge the last one. And gets 2 defense this time, so 12. And this time there are 2 Cave Sickles nearby, so it's going to be 2 orange dice at -1. Alright, well that's max. So it's 16 -1 is 15. I had rolled a 12. So it's going to do 3, 4, 5. It'll do 3 damage because of armor. So luckily it doesn't roll a lot of shields. So 3 damage in total. I'll just tank it. Remy has 20 hit points thanks to the familiar. So she's kind of in good shape right now. She can tank some hits. Alright, that is it for Cave Sickles 1 through 3. Goes to Zeke. Zeke is going to go ahead and spend 1 stamina and to go ahead and give haste to somebody. I'll give you 1 guess, Rook. So Rook will get it. And then Zeke will, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, it's going to go ahead and throw some throwing axes. We'll throw 1 first. That's a whole 1 damage. And then we'll throw the other one. 3 damage. So I did 4 damage to the orange one. Zeke is disappointing, but still, it's something at least. At least with Conduit Summoning, he can just throw that stuff and then transform or something. Alright, still have stamina left, so I'll go ahead and use it to move. Oh, actually, before I move, I'll go ahead and flip this utility core and get ourselves a random item. I got some throwing knives. I'm going to hold on to them for right now. Yeah, I'll go ahead and hold on to them right now. That's fine. Alright. And then, yeah, I spent the stamina. Let's go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just put them right next to here for now. Goes to Remy next. Remy only has 1 stamina left, because it's still first round. So I'll just push her forward to there, just to get some additional defense. Alright, and then it goes to Rook. Rook gets 1 stamina because of haste, and that's it. Everyone's within 4, so I'm gonna go ahead and use Courage Stifle. I'm not going to empower it yet. So just straight up white die. 4 plus 6 is 10. And then I'm going to roll a white and purple. 7, that's going to do 8 damage to the cave sickle, killing it. And then I'll use the last 2 to go ahead and target the purple one. Same thing, I'm going to go ahead and just use a white die. Alright, 13 in total. 13 in total, it resisted. Okay. So that one gets to live. Cave sickles 4 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to go ahead and shoot at Remy. It's going to shoot through an ally and into hindering, so it's going to be -2 to the attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and its 2 cave sickles are nearby. Remy does get her defensive core back, so she'll go ahead and use it. Okay, that is 4, so 14 defense. 16, -2 because of shooting through all that. It goes to 14, so 14 versus 14 is a hit. And then the shields will do 2 additional damage, and then the armor will absorb it, because only shields do anything. So it did 0 damage. But it hit. I'm very glad I gave Remy armor. I think that was a good call at this point. Alright. Goes to Nightingale. Alright, so at this point, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and use her once per encounter ability, so she gets 2 stamina and everyone else will get 1. And then I'll go ahead and flip this utility core and get ourselves another item. So now she has a juice box. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and start shooting. I'm going to shoot at the orange one. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm going to be shooting through an ally and hindering terrain, unfortunately. So it's going to be -2. I get +1 because I haven't moved, so it's going to be -1 to the attack. All right. So we'll spend the 2 and attack. That is a complete miss. I'll go ahead and spend 2 more and attack. Alright, that's a total of 12, 11. That's enough to go ahead and finish off the wounded one. And that'll be it for her. I'm not going to use the fight drive just yet. Alright. I'm also not going to use Mend yet, because I actually have 3 tokens still. And that is it for the round. Goes to new round. Boop. Alright, Cave Sickle 1 through 3 is going to attack. It's going to attack Remy here. Remy can't dodge. She's out. Well, actually, she has 1 stamina, so she'll dodge. 3 shields, so total of 13 defense. There's only 1 nearby Cave Sickle this time. And -1 to the attack. 9, 8, it's a miss. And no follow-ups because it missed. Goes to Rook. Rook will get 4 stamina in total because of haste. He'll spend 2 to go ahead and do Courage Stifle. 3, so +6 is going to be 9. Alright, that's a fail. That's going to kill the purple one completely for 8 damage. And then he'll get to draw a loot card. 6 gold. Yeah, unfortunately we're just having no luck on getting drops. So that brings us to 97. How many cards are left in here anyway? 23. Yeah, odds are against us. There's a chance of getting unique loot, a chance of getting monster loot, and a chance of just getting any sort of mundane loot. Alright, so I'm going to spend 1 stamina to go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and get to here. And then he's going to go ahead and cast again with the last 2 stamina to cast Courage Stifle. I'm not going to empower. 6 plus 6 is 12. 9. Alright, that's enough to kill that one. And then I get to draw another loot card. 8 gold. There you go. So 8 gold, let's add that to the pile. That brings us to 105. Sorry, I hit the mic there. Alright, takes care of all of that. Goes to Zeke. Zeke will go up to 5 stamina. And he'll spend 1 and exhaust to go ahead and give haste to Nightingale. And then he's going to go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was 6, 8, 10. And then he'll use that last point to go ahead and search the blue loot. Get 10 gold. You find a pile of treasure, gain 10 gold and 2 random consumables. So let's add that 10 gold. Putting us at 115. We'll shuffle this, draw 2. Alright, throwing knives in this. We get our free re-equip action, so let's go ahead and... not much to work with here. I'm going to go ahead and just put the throwing knives away for now, because they're not going to really do much against a Earth Loa. I would pretty much have to roll a 6 or a 7 just to do 1 or 2 points of damage, and otherwise it just does nothing. That is it for that. Goes to Remy. Remy will get her 3 stamina. She'll spend 1 to move. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it for that. Goes to Earth Loa. It's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 because it has nothing else it can do. It can get really annoying when it's nearby other enemies because it'll buff them with armor, but in this case we don't have to worry about it. Nightingale will get 4 stamina because of haste. She'll spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make sure we measure that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's within attack range thanks to the arrows. So I'm going to go ahead and spend... I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 and do a shot with Empower. Because I need to, because this thing has 5 armor. We'll see if we can actually breach it. Alright, I'll spend the quiver to go ahead and reroll the 3 and see if I can get better. I did worse. In fact, I missed. Alright, so that takes care of that. I'm going to go ahead and use the fight drive now, because there's no other situation where I could use it. So I'm going to attack again with fight drive, use the last stamina to empower it. Alright, 8 is a hit, and I do only 2 damage with the... Actually, no, I miss, because I'm shooting through an ally, so it misses completely. Alright. So there's that, I guess. Yeah, none of my shots would have done enough damage, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and reset. Alright, so the danger zone right now would have been if the Earth Loa went first, because then it could push somebody off the edge here. And if that happens, it's an instant defeat. So, gotta be careful. Alright, so 4 stamina. I'm gonna go ahead and just spend 3 and attack and empower. I have +1 through the attack, -1 because I'm shooting through an ally, so it evens out. And I roll the skull, so that is it for that. No one's really heavily wounded right now, so nothing to worry about there. Goes to Remy next. Remy will go to 5 stamina, and then she'll move. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll use that to go ahead and get some aggro. She'll spend 3 stamina to go ahead and attack and empower. Alright, so that's a total of 11, which is a hit. It has 8 defense, so it's going to be 3 damage base. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm also going to go ahead and exhaust this to get +1 physical damage from all the books. So this is what the total is going to be. So it's 11 attack, 8 defense, so it's going to be 3 base, and everything every symbol here gets +1. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, minus 5 is 7 damage. There you go. Pretty good hit in for an axe. Alright. Next is Rook. Rook will get up to there. We'll go ahead and just move first, because I need to get in range. 1, 2. Yep, that'll put him in range. And then he's going to go ahead and spend 2 and do Courage Stifle. No Empower. 11 in total. He's going to roll 2 white dice to see if he can resist it. 9 in total, so he does it. He takes 8 damage, so he goes to 15. Yeah, magic makes a big difference here. Alright. And then it goes to Zeke. What I'll do with Zeke is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what I'm going to do with Zeke is I'm going to pop this Smoke Bomb. You do not provoke break attacks until end of turn. So I'll pop that, and so now he can just run around like crazy. And he's just going to go ahead and get himself into flanking position. Actually, that's not going to help because the Earth Loa goes next. So never mind, I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm going to spend a stamina to go ahead and give haste to Remy, because she does a lot better work. Plus haste. Honestly, Zeke is not... I mean, most of the characters are not really terrible. It's just Zeke seems to always have the worst rolls when I roll with him. Alright, and then for his movement, we're just going to spend a stamina and go somewhere away from things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go there. No, yeah, that's actually fine. There's no risk there. Alright, goes to Earth Loa. It's going to first try to push away Remy. She gets to roll 2 purple die to try to resist. Good luck. 14 is enough to resist. Yeah, I need 11, and I rolled 14. That's amazing with purple dice. Alright, so she doesn't take any magic damage, and she's not pushed 3. The push 3 would have slammed against the Rook, and both of them would have taken a damage from that. Then it's going to go ahead and move to be within reach 2 of the nearest opponent. So it's going to do this and provoke a break attack. So I will go ahead and take it. I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to empower the break attack. And miss completely. That's alright. And then it's going to go ahead and swing at her. I'm going to go ahead and use a defensive core to dodge. I got nothing. Alright, he's going to roll a 2 teal dice and see what happens to me. Alright, so that's 13 in total. I have 10 defense, so it's going to go to 3, and then every shield does +1, so a total of 6, and it's going to -2 from armor, it's going to do 4, putting me at 8. Then I have to do another conviction check. 8 this time I failed. I'm going to get pushed back 2, and I become paralyzed. This, and I get paralysis here. So she's not going to be doing anything for a round. Alright, and then we get to do initiative. Alright, Rook goes. Alright, Rook will go up to 5 stamina. He'll go ahead and spend 2 to go ahead and cast. Courage Stifle, we'll cast it normally. 8, that's not going to be good. Well, 4 does not beat it, so that's enough to blow it to pieces. Alright, so before we draw a loot, we need to read this. If the Earth Loa is defeated, read the following text, and we also get to check the box for not quite unkillable. Checked. Alright. Alright, the Earth Loa crumbles before your might. Gain 1 random mundane relic. So we get a random relic. And we get a Fate Engine. This gives a conviction upgrade of white. After a roll is made against you, remove all symbols from 1 die. Pretty useful. And Rook will now have a conviction. We can pass it around to somebody else, but honestly it's pretty good in his hands. I might actually give it to Remy, since she gets hit a lot. Alright, and I believe we still get to loot. Yeah, it doesn't say instead of getting a loot card, so we'll still get our loot card. It's 6 gold. Alright, well, that's it for that. 121. Alright, I haven't moved yet, so I'll go ahead and spend the last to go do move. I have 10 movement left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Earth Loa is gone. Then goes to Remy, who is paralyzed, and so it would wear off, and then she would get immunity to paralyze, which is a little card over here. Yeah, immunity to paralyze, but doesn't really matter in this case. She would also still get her stamina, so she'll go up to 4, and that's refreshes and all that. Alright. And gets 3, spend it, so going 12 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's enough. In any case, we would reach the end one way or the other. Alright, each party member gains 1 experience and then restore adventurers. So at this point, we would reset all the tokens and all that good stuff. So we're pretty much good to go. Overall, that went pretty smoothly, but of course, that was literally as tutorial as you're going to get besides the mast. So the things will get much, much tougher very soon. But good news is we have a good supply of items. My goal is to try to stockpile, get our stash filled with nothing but items so we can have just a stockpile for future events, which will hopefully put us in good shape. Anyway, with that, the next page is getting cocky. I told you guys we were ready for this. Nightingale pushed aside the last of the monster's remains. The sound of strange footfalls now moved away from them. We're like the best team ever. Pretty sure that deserves a round of high fives. Nobody mocked her enthusiasm this time. Expressions of satisfaction and pride were universal. Even Rook looked proud. I guess you were right, Nightingale. This wasn't such a bad idea after all. Remy returned Nightingale's grin. We're going to be heroes. Continue to do a strange pedestal, page 37. Well, we're going to come back to that next time. There's going to be a lot of story at this point. Usually if there's going to be whenever you get a refresh, it pretty much means there's going to be a bunch of story and most likely a stop by a town or a shop. So, I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Middara. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.